that I think pops up to finish doing its thing, and then we'll get started in the very first ever Rich Vlog live right here on the Rich Alvers channel. So, yeah, I just saw it pop up on the thing. I think that it cuts off the first like 10 seconds that I say. That's why when you're watching the archive live videos, it's like like it like starts mid sentence because it doesn't whatever. Anyways, welcome to Rich Vlog Live. Some of you may be familiar with my regular Rich Vlog show, where I talk about a certain subject. I'm always talking about a certain movie or a certain video game or something, and the problem with it is that it's a vlog, and a vlog by definition is just me in front of the camera talking about something for a couple of minutes while you guys just watch it. You're like, oh, okay, I guess that's his opinion. But I started doing these live stream things a couple weeks back, and I realized that I enjoyed like answering your questions and talking about stuff. I was thinking, like, why can't the Rich Vlog be that also? So instead of me just going on for a couple of minutes about just my opinion about something, it should be about talking about a subject with you guys. So like last week, for example, last week in potentially the very last non-live Rich Vlog, I talked about Pokemon Go. And I kind of unfairly slammed it for its glitches and other things, which I shouldn't have, because then I talked to like all my friends and they convinced me that I didn't know what I was talking about, and that like, oh well, Richie, maybe you should like delete the DNS stuff on your phone and clear up some data, and maybe and guess what? I did all that stuff, and the app runs. I mean, there's still the obvious glitches that everyone has, but the game does run better on my phone now, thanks to my friends, and I got some help doing that. And I have to say, we went Pokemon hunting several nights this week, and it's been a lot of fun. So, like, I was like, oh man, well, it's too bad that Rich Vlog is over, because, I already put it out there and everybody thinks I hate the game or something. So, so anyways, the point is that now with Rich Vlog Live, or whatever I end up calling it, now I'll be able to like directly talk to you guys about these subjects, and then you could be like, well, Richie, have you considered this, and this, and that way I'm not like, like again, like the Crash Bandicoot video where people were like, oh, Richie, you do know that Uncharted 4, like they were talking about that before the game came out, and I'm like, oh shoot, I didn't know. Like, now that I'll know directly. Anyways, yeah. So now we can do whatever. Alright, so anyways, welcome to the very first Rich Vlog Live. And I'm thinking about again, because like as I just said, it's not really a vlog anymore if we're all talking about the subject, because then it becomes not just me, but everybody talking about a subject. So, yeah, I'm thinking about renaming this something like, Nerdy News Live. I don't know what you guys think about that, because I think it's time to possibly do away with the Rich Vlog title. So, Nerdy News Live. Let me know what you guys think about what I should retitle the streams. It might not always be me either. I'm thinking about like actually setting up a podcast room, kind of like Collider or Movie Fights on Screen Junkies style, if you guys are familiar with that. No, not Nerds in the Morning. You see, the problem with Nerds in the Morning is Nerds in the Morning really didn't do well because it was called Nerds in the Morning, and people were like, wait, is that only in the morning? Or, I don't know, I feel like that confused people, so Nerdy News would probably be more vague for people. Sorry, Fabian. Anyways, yeah, so doing away with the Rich Vlog title, probably going to call it Nerdy News or Nerdy News Live. So anyways, oh, who plays Pokemon Go? I play Pokemon Go, and it's actually a lot of fun. So anyways, we're going to talk about Pokemon Go and how crazy this is and everything about it. So there's 26 of you watching now. Hopefully we'll get more as time goes on. La 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 la. Anyways, so about Pokemon Go. Pokemon Go, obviously, if you didn't already know, is the incredible phone app that lets you catch Pokemon in real life-ish. And people have been catching. It's all first gen, like Pokemon Red and Blue or Pokemon Red and Green if you're from a, because the remakes were Red and Green, and then in other countries they were Red and Green from the beginning. In Japan they had Red, Blue, and Green, and then Yellow Edition, whatever. And the point is, it's the original 151 Pokemon Generation 1 in this app. So, anyways, in Pokemon Go, you can do all this cool stuff. You can, walk around, hatch eggs and everything. The only problem is there's still no trading, which is coming soon. And the other thing is you can only battle when you're at a gym. You can't battle just like your friends yet. I hope that that's coming sooner, although there's been no real announcement for that yet. Richie is Team Mystic like a good person should be. Yep, that's right. I am Team Mystic in the game. Anyways, so the thing that I really want to dive into here is like the crazy popularity that Pokemon Go is achieving. In fact, I'd say that, not only is it, possibly the most popular Pokemon game ever, but it is definitely the most popular phone app ever. You go out in the streets and there's people walking around. I go into my town and people are just riding around in their cars, stopping at all the Pokestops, getting all of the Pokeballs and everything. I mean, it's crazy. It is literally changing the way people are living right now. And according to Forbes, it has doubled Nintendo's stock value. In fact, as of yesterday, Nintendo is now is more valuable as a company than Sony, thanks exclusively to Pokemon Go. So I mean, that has done wonders for Nintendo as a company as a whole, and this is a game that Nintendo didn't even really believe in. They had Niantic. I hope I'm not saying that right at all. They had Niantic develop the game, and Nintendo wasn't really involved until the end. They just said, "Oh yeah, use our Pokemon, do whatever you want." But now they're like, "Holy crap, we got a huge hit on our hands." So I don't know what they're gonna do now, but it's crazy. I cannot believe that it has come this far, and now Pokemon Go has doubled Nintendo stock value. We're living in crazy times here. Oh, let's see. Oh yeah, and then the NES Mini. The NES Mini. Okay, so here's the thing. If you guys do not know this yet, the NES Mini is it looks just like an original Nintendo Entertainment System, except it's only about yay big. It's gonna be put your fist together. That's about how big the NES Mini is going to be. It basically is an NES with all of the games, and I say all, I mean there's 30 of the most popular NES games preloaded onto the system. And it lets you just plug it directly into your TV and play. One of the cool things, is that the controllers, instead of having the traditional NES port, they actually come out into the Wii ports. So if you want, you can actually plug in the classic controllers into your Wiimote to play on your Wiis and Wii U's. And the best part about this new system is that it has an HDMI output to plug into your HD TV. And I can't tell you how great that is, because in last year, Sega released their Mini Genesis, and it still only had the red, blue, and green RCA ports. And it's come on, this is last year. It was this is 2015. You guys really got to get with the times, And so it kind of sucked. It had all the preloaded Sega Genesis games, but you could only plug in through red, blue, or red, yellow, and white, which is completely outdated. And I don't use anything that uses that anymore, except when I'm playing my N64 nostalgically. But, it's just, I'm so glad that they got with the 21st century and put an HDMI port on the NES Mini. That is going to make those games look so much better. Alright, let's see here. Let me answer a few fan questions over here. And remember, we're talking about Nintendo, Pokemon Go, and now, I guess, the NES Mini. I'm going to back it up here. Catalyst Studio says, go red or get dead. Wow, okay, well, I'm blue, I'm Mystic. Colton Brantley says, hi, Rich, how are you doing today? When did Jackie and Claudia first appeared on Stupid Mario Brothers? Well, Jackie first appeared as Princess Daisy in the Stupid Mario Brothers movie, and Claudia has been playing the part of Pauline since Season 4 of Stupid Mario Brothers. Sneaky Big Boss says, will you talk about the accents that have been happening? Oh, the accidents that have been happening. Okay, yeah, I will. Yeah, there's been some accidents, like a couple of brothers or friends, I can't remember, they like fell off a cliff because they were looking at their app and fell off. And then there was the girl that got hit by a car because she wasn't paying attention. And, you know, all of these guys, all of these kids, I don't know how old they are, they're all blaming Pokemon Go. Did you know when you turn on Pokemon Go, every single time you turn on the game, there's a huge warning that says, we're not responsible. Please be aware of your surroundings. Basically, the app is telling you that this is a game, and anything that happens to you is on you. And I completely agree with that. The girl that got hit by the car, I mean, that sucks, but maybe when she was crossing the road, she should have been looking both ways before going. She didn't have to constantly look on her app to know that there was a Pokemon on the other side, because she already saw it on her app. She could have looked at her app for a second, saw where the Pokemon was, looked around, and then crossed the road. But of course she got hit, and now her parents want to sue Nintendo. So they can get all that good, lawyer money and everything. It's ridiculous. If you, please use common sense. Do not run out into the freeway. Do not run off cliffs. You must be aware of your surroundings. The game tells you that every time you load up. So that is definitely on them. All right. Sinbad says, they spoke about it on the news where I live. Sinclair Jen says, who loves walking to a gym? Pokemon Go versus Ingress? How much Pokemon they got in Ingress?
Ingress is what?
Yeah, I know. Ingress is what started Pokemon Go. It basically was the game that Niantic created, and then Pokemon Go is essentially Ingress with a Pokemon skin on top, although there are a lot of differences as well. I would say that if I was going to play one, though, obviously I'm playing Pokemon Go, and I didn't even really hear about Ingress until people were saying that it's what started Pokemon Go. Also, there's no Pokemon in Ingress, so I mean, licensed properties are really important. I mean, do you think anybody would have watched my show if it was called, Stupid Ravioli Brothers? No, it was called Stupid Mario Brothers, so that's why you watched it. Licensed properties are really important so that, you get people that are, into things that they're already familiar with. Camo Viper says Pokemon Go. Oh, that's what I just read. I do this every live stream. Miss Marionette 98, the puppet says, lol, have Gary and Brock keep playing around with the Pokemon Go? I'm sure both of those characters love Pokemon Go. BKOG Moon Princess says, Ingress was just a prototype for Pokemon Go. Yes, exactly. Sinclair Jin, Pokemon Go is cool. Sinbad Navier says, even more valuable than Microsoft 2? No. Microsoft has huge value in the market because, not only are they Xbox, but, they're also PC, and they have all the Windows software, and Microsoft owns a lot of the properties that go into, Microsoft, and I mean, I'm using a, Microsoft, operating system right now. I mean, I'm pretty sure most Americans are, and I think most people in the world are, unless you're one of those Apple hipsters. So, the value of Microsoft is going to continue to dominate everything. Pinka Studio says, screw the NX, I am hyped for the NES Mini. Yes, I saw that. I think that's what sparked my conversation about the NES Mini. Miss Marionette 98, and later becomes too far. I guess I missed what you said before. Zybertech says, admittedly, Pokemon Go will probably lose half its audience in about a few months. Well, yes, maybe, because the initial hype will be gone, but it'll still, even with half its audience, it'll still be huge. Sinbad says something. What about Duck Hunt? Duck Hunt is good. La 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 la. Joseph Rivera says, "Love that Overwatch hat." That's right, I love Overwatch. Okay. I guess it skipped to the end, and this is not one of those live streams where I just read comments. So I definitely won't be able to read everything because we're still talking about Pokemon here. See, like, for example, Stinixos or Stinixos says, Richie, is it okay if we ask SMW-related questions, or do you only want Pokemon Go-related questions? I want to try to keep this Pokemon Go-related because this is the Rich Vlog, although if you missed the beginning, I said this is probably the last video I'm going to call Rich Vlog. Since I'm interacting with people now, I'm thinking about calling this Nerdy News or Nerdy News Live, and then in the future I might have other guests as well. And so I'm probably going to go with Nerdy News Live because I think that has a nice ring to it. But yes, for this episode, please try to keep your questions Nintendo and Pokemon Go related because that's the subject that we're talking about. If I go off subject and I just start talking about things like Stupid Mario World, then, potential new people that are coming in that want to just hear about Pokemon Go are going to be like, wait, why are they talking about this? What is that? So I mean, for these, for the future in these Nerdy News Live segments that they'll probably be called, we got to keep it to the subject. Oh man, the comments are coming in too fast for me to read. Charlie Mano says, dude, I missed you, man. I was your biggest fan when I was little. Oh, thank you, man. I wish you were my biggest fan now. Let's see here. Fabian says, are you sitting in the same room as you always used to do the Rich Vlog? No, this is my computer room. It's actually called... we call it Brody's Craft Room. This is where we make all the crafts for the conventions we go to, and it's also where I've been doing all my other live streams. The room with all my action figures and everything is actually a room I've been using at my parents' house. And, the reason why the Rich Vlog hasn't been there in a couple of months is because it's just hard for me to get out of the house these days with all the editing I have to do, especially with Mario World back and everything. I can't always just go across town to my parents' house to do the Rich Vlog, so, that's why I started doing just the voiceovers with footage and pictures. And now it's like I'm kind of foregoing all of that and just saying, like, well, screw all that, I'll just have one picture, like the one you're looking at now, and then me talking to you live, so that way I can talk to you directly about the game, or sometimes this will be about movies too, and then I'll be talking to you in real time about the subject that I'm talking about. Maybe I'll put up a black curtain or something so you don't just see this empty room in the future, but right now you're seeing the empty room.
There's sometimes crafts in the back.
Mega Altaria says, when is YouTube News coming back? Again, Matt comes and visits me in November. We'll probably do an episode just for fun, but, he's going to go back to the other side of the country, and then I really don't want to do YouTube News without him. So, it's probably never going to come back consistently. Richie, what's your favorite Pokemon? My favorite Pokemon is Mudkip. Where is he? There he is. You can kind of see him right there. There's my Mudkip. Mudkip's my favorite. Let's see here. Okay. The Gamer 8, I think, or the Gamer V says, should I buy another DS, and which Pokemon game should I buy? I kind of want to buy Soul Silver, but what do you think? Well, you get Pokemon Go on your app, it's free, but if you want a real Pokemon game, I highly suggest Omega Ruby or Sapphire, or is it Omega Sapphire or Omega? It's Omega Ruby
Alpha Sapphire
and Alpha Sapphire. Those are, based on, of course, Ruby and Sapphire. Generation 3, I believe, is my favorite. Again, that's the generation that Mudkip over there is from.
You should wait till Sun and Moon too.
And also Sun and Moon comes out later this year. So you can also wait for Sun and Moon, because that's bound to be awesome as well. Let's see here. Stins XOs says, are there only Gen 1 Pokemon on Pokemon Go? Yes. Right now, there's only the original 151. I think that that's good, though, because it's kind of getting people re-familiarized with the original Pokemon. And, you know, I mean, again, Pokemon Go is a separate beast from the regular Pokemon games. It's, you know, essentially it's Pokemon in real life. And so starting out with the original generation makes sense because, you know, for, you know, a year or two, that's all we had was the original 151 Pokemon. So you can bet that in about a year or two, they'll update the app and have Generation 2 as well. And of course, that'll be the excuse for everyone to come back to Pokemon Go. And, you know, I expect them to do that basically every year to keep the app relevant. Anyways. What's my least favorite Pokemon? I don't know, Mr. Mime, maybe? You know, you have to go to Pokemon Go. Thank you, Louis Martinez, or Luis Martinez. Let's see here. Oh, big questions here, big questions. Please do not advertise your YouTube channel or ask for subscribers in the comment sections. Just, you know, nobody likes that. Putin the Great says, Rich, you keep skipping my comment. I'm trying to figure out what's going on here. Is this just a discussion stream for Pokemon Go? Yes, this is Rich Vlog, and we are just talking about Pokemon Go, so if you could keep your questions Pokemon Go or Nintendo related, that would be awesome. Again, we'll be doing this every Tuesday, just like I've always had Rich Vlog every Tuesday, but now it's going to be live, and it's going to be about noon. It's going to be every noon Pacific Standard Time from now on. And again, I'm probably going to rename it next week to Nerdy News Live because I feel like that's, you know, a better. I'm only calling this is the first one that's live, so I'm calling it Rich Vlog Live, so you know what it is. But since I'm talking to you guys directly now, live, it's not really a vlog anymore, so Nerdy News Live, I think, makes a little bit more sense. Hey, Richie, yell at Jax. Pokemon Go, bro, do it, please. Hey, Pokemon Go, bro. She's right there, by the way. What is the best part of Pokemon Go? The Pokemon? I'm thinking about downloading Pokemon Go, says Salah Corrine. Get it. Out of 10, how would I rate Pokemon Go? I guess, you know, it's not a perfect app still. There's a lot of glitches. I have been having a lot of fun. If I have to rate it right now, I guess I'll give it a 7.5 or an 8 out of 10. Let's see. Junie says, what was the first legendary Pokemon you caught? Let's see here. I wasn't really the biggest Pokemon fan when the games first came out, to be honest with you. In fact, the very first Pokemon game that I played all the way through was Pokemon Black, when Black and White came out, which was like Generation 4 or 5, I think 5. Because, you know, back when Pokemon first came out, all my friends were like, ooh, Pokemon! And I was like, oh, this just feels like kind of like watered-down Final Fantasy. And I felt like that until Final Fantasy games started to suck ass a lot. So, and then I switched over to Pokemon and was like, you know, this is simple, but fun. So, the first legendary that I caught was whatever the legendary in Pokemon Black is. What's up? What? Say, Jackie, say it.
Zekrom.
Zekrom was my first legendary. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Is Pokemon Go in Korea yet? I have no idea, Sinclair. Streetlight Monster says, what's the number one thing you would change or add to Pokemon Go? Well, right now, the thing that I would change is battles. I would really like to see other players' avatars on the map. I mean, that might get crazy, honestly, but I think it still would be awesome, kind of like MMO style, where you see everyone's avatar, and then you could just, like, you know, look at them just like in the game, where all you have to do is make eye contact and doodly 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 doo. You know, I would like battles to work the way that they do in regular Pokemon games. I'm kind of sick of just catching a Pokemon by throwing a ball at it with no fight. And, you know, I want to battle my friends' Pokemons. What starter Pokemon did I choose? I chose Charmander. Will Pokemon characters come back in Stupid Mario World? We may have Pokemon characters in Stupid Mario World. They won't be the Pokemon characters that you remember from Stupid Mario Brothers, if we do, but I'm considering putting Pokemon characters in the show, just so you know. Rich, do you suggest people buying Pokeballs? No. If you do that...
Don't let the app win.
Don't let, like Jackie says, don't let the app win. That's where they want to get you. Do not get suckered into buying Pokeballs, otherwise you will just continue to rely on Pokeballs. That was my mother-in-law you saw there for a second. Anyways. Yeah, Jackie, why don't you tell everyone that I'm live? Anyways, what was I even talking about now? Okay, yes, I would like to Pokeballs. Do not buy Pokeballs. Just, go, if you're out of Pokeballs, just stop trying to catch them for like a couple hours. Go to every Pokestop you can. And after a couple hours, if you go to like a ton of Pokestops, you'll have a nice collection of balls. I was out of Pokeballs, and then I just spent like half an hour going to my Pokestops in the area. And after 30 minutes, I had 50 balls. So, don't pay for stuff. Hayes says, Jinx is easily one of the worst Pokemon, in my opinion. Alright. Jacobian says, where is the weirdest place you've gone to catch a single Pokemon so far, if you've experienced such a thing? The weirdest place? I had to, walk out into the forest out here, and I walked for, a mile until I found this old pond, and, I found a seal Pokemon. And it's the only seal I've ever seen since. And it was the first one I ever saw. So that was weird. What team did you choose? I've already been open 0812 Lulu. I am Team Mystic. The North remembers. Let's see here. Mega Alteria says I hate the fact that there are no Pokestops near me within a 5-minute drive. Wow, sorry to hear that, dude. Yeah, they really need to make you be able to, there should be a thing, every player gets to choose 5 Pokestops or something, so that way you can put them around your house. That's another thing they should do. The Rye guy says, my Pokemon Go app doesn't work at all, which really sucks. Yeah, some people, their phones aren't compatible, or they're too old, or, just can't handle the game, so yeah, they're trying to fix these problems. Sinclair says, talking about Pokemon Go is awesome. And thank you, that is awesome to say, because talking about Pokemon Go is awesome. Rich, why did you skip me again? Because I'm getting 20 messages a minute, and I can't possibly read them all. But, keep asking your questions. I'm gonna try to get to I'm gonna try to get to as many people as I can. Do you think we'll be able to play as a Pokemon in future updates? I think that the Sneaky Big Boss, I think that would be a completely different game. Mr. Grandland says, what type of animal Pokemon would you like to see created in the next Pokemon games? Personally, I think there should be a dolphin. That would be awesome. I would like to see a more bear Pokemon. I love bears. There was the leaked Pokemon Sun and Moon where it was going to be a bear, and then that ended up being fake, and I was really disappointed because I wanted to have a starter that was a bear. What's my least favorite Pokemon generation? Probably I want to say the second one, honestly. Let's see, have you hatched anything of significance yet? No. Gotta read them all. Comments on live. Thank you, Garfield and Friends 1 for that. $20! I just have to do that out of obligation. Servers are down in Canada, oh no! Hold on a second. Let's see, Nidus, Nidus Callus Kivius sorry if I messed up your name. I'm just going to call you Neatus. Says, when are you going live on Twitch? That is an excellent question. We go live on Twitch every Sunday at 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time for Overwatch. And we also go live on Twitch most Thursdays at 5 o'clock Pacific Standard Time for a random game. Usually we do a poll on the Rich Plays Overwatch Facebook fan page, which is just facebook.com/richplaysoverwatch, and we have a little poll which lets you know which game we're gonna, or you can vote for what game we're gonna play on Thursday. And then I'm trying to start a Tuesday night thing. By the way, this Tuesday at which is today. I'm sorry, today. If you're watching this on Tuesday, the day it came out, tonight at 7 p.m. Pacific Time, we are playing Smash Bros. 64, the original Super Smash Brothers. Tonight, 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, Smash Bros. I'm gonna get some familiar faces in here to play Smash Brothers with me, and it's gonna be awesome. And I can't wait for you guys to come on. So don't forget Twitch. The Twitch is twitch.tv/RichPlaysOverwatch. Watch us tonight playing Super Smash Brothers. Be there or be square. How long did I have Pokemon Go? I've had Pokemon Go, I believe, since the day it came out. Instead of Twitch, you should consider Beam. You can get nearly zero delay. Well, that's great, except I've already started a Twitch. Let's see. Salah Quarine says, dude, I have a question, but then doesn't ask one. I hope you have a question. $0 for the win. Let's see here. Stinix Oz, or Stinix Oz, I still don't know how to say your name, says, how many hours until 7 p.m. Pacific Time? Too lazy to Google it. Well, it's almost 1 p.m. here, so in about 6 hours. Ah!
That's Oliver.
And there's Ollie the dog, our little chihuahua. Let's see here. Richard Michael Alvarez, the Steam crashed, says Mad Dog 101. That's weird because I'm watching it here and it didn't crash for me. That's weird. It might be crashing for some of you because of all the latency. Guys, I'll have to type it in here. Refresh your browser. Everybody thinks it's something on my end. If it crashes for you, refresh the page. Alright, is it good now? Is it good, everyone? Is it good? Let me know. I'm just going to wait here till they let me know.
No, it's good.
I'm not sure if that's what he was talking about. Oh boy. It says the stream was only 1 minute long. That's not right.
Which did you stop? I'm still good.
All right. Apparently, I still have some live bugs to work out here. All right. Well, I guess that's all there is to say about Pokemon Go right now, because I don't really have anything else to talk about as far as Pokemon Go goes. All right, guys, join me every Tuesday live at noon Pacific time. This is going to be called Nerdy News Live next week. I'm almost positive. I'm getting rid of the Rich Vlog title because it's not really a vlog anymore since I'm like interacting and talking. So go ahead and join me every Tuesday, noon Pacific time. All right, guys, you guys are awesome. Thank you for sticking around. I love you all, and good night. Brr.